First, I will show you how to actually get Minecraft, then I will showcase the very early game. Any links I use will be in the description of this video. In the coming videos, I will continue on from here and showcase the mid-game, late game, and end game. So, first of all, you'll want to go to minecraft.net at the top. I'll put that in the description. Then, you'll see this page with information about the other games, Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft Earth, and Education Edition. I'll be showcasing Minecraft Java for PC today. So you click Get Minecraft and it brings you to here. If you're not on PC, you'll want to select Mobile for your phone or other devices, Console for stuff like PlayStation and Xbox, then Others for things like the Amazon Fire TV, Gear VR, and Oculus. So if you have a VR device, this is where you want to go. So, get Minecraft, and then Computer. I'm on a Windows PC, which is this option, but if you're on a Mac or Linux device, you'll want one of these, depending on which one you have. So, PC. Then, Minecraft Java, or Minecraft Windows 10 Edition. Minecraft Windows 10 Edition allows you to cross-play with PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices. So if that's what you want to focus on, go for Minecraft Windows 10 Edition. But if you're only going to be playing on PC, I definitely would recommend Java Edition, as it's the original version. Then it'll take you to this page, and I'll show you the price, £17.95 British pounds. In US dollars, that is around $22. And you'll hit Buy Minecraft, and that will take you to the page where you pay for it, enter your details as prompted, and then it'll say download, and you download Minecraft, and then you double click the file once it's downloaded onto your computer, and then it'll bring you onto Minecraft. I will pause now and come back once that's done. This is what you'll see when you first open up Minecraft. So at the top you have your username, whether you're connected to the servers or not, the news tab, which is news about Minecraft and other games, and then you have the game you're currently playing, and then you'll have Minecraft Dungeons here, even if you haven't bought the game, which I haven't. If you click on that, it takes you to the page about it. I'm not going to be showcasing that because that's a different game. So, Minecraft Java Edition. At the top it says Minecraft Java Edition because we're playing that. Then it has Play, Installations, Skins, and Patch Notes. So Play is where you'll pick your installation. Installations is which update of Minecraft you want. So latest release is there by default, and that is 1.16.1 when I made this video. Optifine, which I'll cover at a later date, is a version of Minecraft which is called a client-side mod. So that means it's something that you have on your computer that changes the game for you, but it doesn't affect anyone else if you're playing on multiplayer. So it's allowed on, most of these are allowed on servers. Optifine definitely is, but some other client-side mods might not be. So once you have decided which update you want to play, you should go New, and then you can name it here, and then you select the version that you want. So this goes all the way back to the alphas and things like that, but I recommend you go for the latest release if you're new to the game. So I won't be making a new one, but this is how you would do it. So this is the page that shows all of the installations that you have. Next you have skins, and that is your current outfit in Minecraft. There's many tutorials online about how to change it. It's a very easy process. Patch Notes, if you come onto this tab, has all of the information about the updates to Minecraft. So the newest ones will be at the top, and then whenever it says something like this, Minecraft Java Edition, and then 1 point something, or 0 point something if it's alpha, then that means it's a full release. So that was an update that came out and you would have updated. You probably haven't noticed any of these ones because you don't update your game to get them. They are pre-release, so before this big update, things like this will come out, and it's like small changes showcasing what's going to be in the next big update. So if we come back over to Play, this is the tab where you can choose which installation you want to play. I'm going to be using Optifine 1.16.1. So you click that, and it'll say it down here, and then you hit play. And once you click that, it'll close this window, and then Minecraft will open up, and then it'll load. I'll be back with you once that's finished. So, it says Minecraft Java Edition, make sure it says this, otherwise you've got the wrong version, and then I'll have a splash text, which is just a funny piece of text that they have. There's lots and lots of different ones. So, first we have single player as the first button. This is how I will be showcasing today. This is what you would do if you're only going to play by yourself and you're on this one device. If you want to play multiplayer on a server, you want this one. And then that'll take you to a page where you can see all the servers and add new ones and stuff like that. Minecraft Realms is a service brought to you by Minecraft, and you can pay to have a server that's always up, and you can join with all your friends. If we go to options, this is what you'll see. You have FOV, which is field of view. This is how wide your view is in the game. I'll get onto that once we join. Then you have skin customization. You can turn on and off parts of your skin. Video settings. Since I have Optifine, there's a lot more settings here, but this is just how you'll choose how detailed the game is. Language, as you'd expect, is just choosing the language. Resource packs, I won't cover that, but that's just where you can download files that change what the game looks like. Realm notifications just displays a notification for realms when somebody goes online or invites you. Music and sounds, this is where you choose how loud everything is in the game. I'd recommend my settings, but the music's still quite loud. Controls, this is where you can change your keybinds, which is just which button does what in the game. I recommend staying with the default ones. Chat settings is, as you'd imagine, settings about the in-game chat. You can show it or show commands only. That's more advanced. You probably don't need that at all. Hidden is if you don't want to see the chat. Shown is what I keep it on because I want to see the chat in-game. Chat text opacity is how see-through it is. 100% means you can see it completely and there's nothing that's not see-through at all. If you turn it all the way down, you wouldn't be able to see it. Text size is how big the text is. Width is how wide the chat can be in your screen. Unfocused height, I don't know what that does. Chat background default is the color of background. Command suggestions is when you're typing in commands, but I won't cover that in this video. And then these are all the same, but for different things. Next, we have accessibility settings. So this is stuff that makes the game more accessible to people with disabilities or impairments. So narrator would be if you don't want to read the chat or you can't read the chat, it can read it out to you. Some of the things from the chat settings. Chat delay is how long between somebody sending a message and it reaching your screen. Sneak and sprint hold, I'd keep them on hold, but you can switch them to press. Show subtitles shows the sounds as words in the bottom right. Text background is the same as stuff from the chat settings. Line spacing, different spaces between lines. Auto jump will jump up single blocks instead of you having to do that yourself. Okay, so we've done all of our settings. Let's go to single player. And I've already set up a world here, but I'll create a new one just to show you the process of creating a new world. So this is where you can type in your name, so you can get rid of new world, which is the default, and then you can save it as whatever you want. Game mode survival. So survival, you have to find resources, so get wood from trees and stuff like that. You have to actually go and manually get it, which is the default mode of Minecraft. You get hardcore, which is survival, but if you die, that's it, you're dead. Survival, you can come back. This one you can't. Creative means that the world is completely safe for you, that you can't die. It also means that you have unlimited resources, so you don't need to go and get it. There's a menu that will give you everything. I'll use survival because that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Difficulty, hard, means that there's more hostile mobs and they will be able to kill you easier. Peaceful, no hostiles. Hostile mobs means a mob is a creature in the game. That's just one of the terms that Minecraft uses. Easy is just easier. You'll take less damage. There'll be less of them. Stuff like that. I'll keep it on normal. Allow cheats is stuff like /game mode and /experience. So game mode allows you to change your game mode in the game instead of changing it at the beginning. Experience allows you... I'll cover experience later in the video. I recommend you to keep this off unless you're well aware of what they do. You can turn it on later, but I would just leave it off because they're not key parts of the game. Data packs I won't cover in this. They're new, and they just allow you to change some stuff in the game. You'll usually download a pack off the internet and import it. Game rules, these are for a more customized Minecraft experience. I'd just leave these as the default unless you really want to change how the game will feel. More world options allows you to customize the world itself. So generate structures means whether a natural village will be there, or whether you'll find dungeons underground just naturally. World type default I'd say is the best one for the start of the game. If you haven't played much before, just definitely leave it on default. Super flat, the world's completely flat. You can customize what's in the world, so you can have it as just dirt and that's it, or you can have layers of stone and sand, whatever you want. Bonus chest is a chest that will spawn next to you. Spawn is just another word for appear. So like if a mob, an animal or creature spawns, that's just when it appears in the world. So bonus chest, a chest will spawn next to you with a bunch of stuff in it that you can help you speed up the beginning of the game. Import settings, if somebody else has made a set of settings that you want to use, they can give you a code for it, and then you'll use import settings to get that. Okay, so I'm going to create new world, survival, difficulty normal, name, I'm going to make it YouTube world, and then you just click off of that and that's now saved. Allow cheats, I'm going to keep that off. All of these are fine. World type default, bonus chest off. I'm just going to leave all of that as it is. A seed is you can type in a string of numbers or letters and it'll give you a specific world, but you can just leave that blank for now. So create new world. It'll bring up this screen. This is just a display of how far it's loaded. You've also got a percentage, which is the more normal version. Okay, so then you'll spawn into the world, and as you can see, we've got a relatively hilly, grassy area surrounded by trees. There's a bit of water down there, and then a flat plain over that way. So, what you want to do first is come down to a tree, like this one. I won't use this one because it's on the side of a cliff, which will make it harder to use. So you want to use left click, hold that down to break this tree, and then you can continue doing that for the next one. And as you can see, when it breaks, it drops a smaller version of itself. So then if you walk towards them, it'll drop them, and then they will appear in your hotbar, which is this row of boxes at the bottom middle of your screen. And then if we continue collecting more logs, most of the oak trees, which is this type of wood, it's the most common, and they'll usually be around 5 logs tall. So then, using W and ASD to move, you can then press E to open up your inventory. So this is your menu of what you're carrying on your player. So then you can see we've got the logs here in our hotbar, which is this at the bottom, and then this is just our inventory space, so we can store things in here. So, using your cursor, if you hover over this and press left click, you can pick them up and move them. And whenever you collect the same block multiple times, it'll put them into what's called a stack, which is where you'll have all of the logs in one square, all of the dirt in another square, and it goes up to 64. So once you've got 64 logs here, it'll then use up another square. So if you pick up these logs, and you can move them over here, if you see crafting, and then it's got these 4 squares, an arrow, and a single square here. This is how you make other items. So you'll put items in here, in a specific pattern, and then it will make a new one over here. So if you take these oak logs, using left click to pick it up, and then move your cursor over here, and then if you left click, you put all of them in. But if you pick it up with left click again, and right click, you only put one in. So I'm just going to do that for now. And as you can see, if you put one log in, you can put it anywhere. It will then make 4 planks of that type of wood. You can see that's an oak log, that's oak planks. And then you can pick those up, and now we've crafted 4 oak planks. And I'm going to do that with the rest of my logs. And if you do hold shift and then left click on this crafted thing, it'll do all of the ones that you could, and it'll put them into crafted, and then it'll move them into your inventory, and it'll automatically put them into the stack if you already have a stack. Okay, now if we press E again, then we're back out of that menu, and if we go down to this tree, we can continue breaking it. Now, as you can see, that's quite slow, so we would want better tools, and the way to get better tools is to take your oak planks and right click in each of these boxes to place one, because we only need one of these. Now this is a crafting table. You take that out, put it in your hotbar, you can put it down. Looks like this. This is going to be one of the most important blocks you can get early on. And if you right click on it, if I do that, it opens this called the crafting interface. And this is where you will make tools and other blocks if you need a larger area. As you can see, there's only 4 blocks here, 4 squares to put things in, and here you can use up to 9. So if I take these oak planks and I put one here and one here, it makes 4 sticks. Sticks are important to make tools, as it forms the handle of the tool. So if I take a stick here, and then I take these 4 planks, these 3 planks, put them like this, I make a wooden pickaxe. Now I can take that out and put it in my hotbar. So now I've got this. You can see if I use the scroll wheel to move through my hotbar, I can move to the pickaxe. And then if you move over towards some stone, you can also just dig down into the ground. I'll show that because you might not have a cliff like this near you. So if I just dig down, and almost every type of block in the game has a specific tool that will make that will break the block faster. So as you can see, breaking dirt's quite slow. There's a tool that'll make it much faster. And if we try and use our fist on this stone block, it's very, very slow to break. But if we take our pickaxe and we break it, then it'll drop cobblestone. If we use our scroll wheel to scroll to our cobblestone, this is another type of block. As you can see, we've currently got logs, dirt, and cobblestone. Now if we just collect a bit more cobblestone, and as you can see, if you look down at my hotbar here, I've got my pickaxe and then there's a green bar at the bottom of its icon. This is what's called its durability, and every time you use it or break a block with it, it will take 1 away from there. And the better the tool, the more durability it has. So if you get a really, really good pickaxe made from a really hard substance, then it won't break as quickly, but when this gets to the bottom, then it'll break. So if we take our cobblestone and we put 1 in each, if you hold down right click whilst you're... so if you take this, hold down right click and drag it round, it will place 1 in each. And we do that with these, we get a stone axe. Now if we go back to this tree, as you can see, if I try and use my fist, it's quite slow. It's not terrible, but it is quite slow. Whereas if we take our axe, it's very quick, and we can quickly make our way through this. I'm gonna, because my crafting table is made of wood, the axe is fast to break it, and I'm gonna come back up here into this rather flat area, and I think here will be a nice place to set up a base. So I'm going to take my crafting table, I'm going to go into it, put my logs in, shift left click, and take all of the logs out. So that I have more planks, and then I can use these planks to make more sticks. Now you can stack things in here. If you wanted to make a lot of sticks, you could use left click and drag. So if you hold down left click and drag, it puts as many as possible and splits them evenly. but we don't want to do that because we don't need loads of sticks and we don't want to waste all of our wood. So I think 6 planks should be enough. Now we've got 12 sticks. We put 2 in the middle and then 3 cobblestone across, we get a stone pickaxe. Now this will last longer and will break things faster. Go back to our small staircase in the ground. Now it's much faster, and as you can see, the green line goes down a lot less. Okay, so next we will want a small house to protect us from any hostile creatures. Now, as you see, when I break this grass that's in the way, sometimes, if I can get it to do it, yeah, it'll drop wheat seeds. Now, this is used for farming, and we'll do that much later on, so we don't need that for now. But I'm going to collect some more logs, and when you're moving forward with W, if you hold down Control, the Control button on your keyboard, you will sprint. So this is normal walking, and then this is sprinting. And then you can jump with spacebar. And if you hold down jump while sprinting, it's the fastest mode of transport. And as you can see, we've found a chicken. And chickens, about every 5 to 10 minutes, will drop an egg. And there's not a lot of use for this, but if you throw it with right click, there's a chance it'll make another chicken. What's called spawn another chicken. So when an animal appears in your world, or it's created, then that's called spawning an animal. So if we get all of these logs, we can craft them, shift left click to all of the planks. Then we can go back to our crafting table and build a house around it using these. So point the cursor where you want the plank to be, and then right click, and just keep doing that, and you can build a really simple house just by making a small cube. And so you'd want to do this to protect yourself from any hostile creatures, and they come at night and they will try and kill you. So I would recommend that your main objective on your first day is to make a house and get yourself settled. And as you can see, we've run out of planks, so if we go back over to the nearest trees, and as you can see at the bottom of my screen, just above my hotbar, there is a row of hearts and a row of meat, like on a bone. And if you, as you run around and jumping and sprinting, it will slowly decrease from the row of meats on bones, and that's your hunger bar, and that shows how hungry you are. And so when it gets really low, you'll start taking damage and your hearts will go down. Your hearts just shows how much health you've got, and so whilst that's full, or at least got some hearts in it, you'll be alive. Now, as you can see, we've got this gap, and you could fill it in with planks, but we want to get in and out easily. So if we go to our crafting table, we right click on it, we pick up our planks with left click, and then we hold right click and drag a plank into each of these. Then it'll give us 3 oak doors, and then we can put that here with right click, and now we've got a door that we can open and close. Now, if we press escape, it brings up the menu, the game menu. And this is where you can change, you can save and quit, you can go back to the game, or use any of these. I won't cover these right now, they're not important. If I go to options, and I look at difficulty, I can see what difficulty I'm on. I can also change it by left clicking on this box. I'm going to switch it to peaceful, so that there won't be any hostile monsters at night, and I will cover those in another video, so we don't miss out. So now I will be completely safe in this world at night. We come back over here, so you see there's this sheep, and if we need food, we get it from an animal. And if you take out your axe and you look in your menu, by pressing E, you can open your inventory, and you hover over it, it gives you information about it. So when it's in your hand, it does 9 attack damage and 0.8 attack speed. And the stone pickaxe also does attack damage, but it does much, much less. And if you go to an animal and you left click to hit it with the axe, it will kill it. Or if it has more health than the axe does damage, then it won't kill it. And as you can see, we got 1 bit of raw mutton and 1 white wool. Sheep drop wool. So if we go to this chicken, we go and we left click with the axe, we'll get even more meat, and that time we got a feather from the chicken. Now say you had something that wasn't going to be one shot to kill it. If you jump and then on the way down left click on the animal, it'll do double the damage, and it shows you with little brown crosses like that. You see the little brown crosses, and then it kills the animal and does double the damage. So if we head back over to our house, raw meat doesn't fill you up a lot. So what we want to do is we want to cook it. And to cook it, we need what's called a furnace, which is basically just an oven. So if you put 8 cobblestone in this pattern, it'll make a furnace. And this button here, with the book on it, if you click that, it opens another panel. And this is just things that you can craft. So if you don't know the recipe for anything to make it, then you can go here, and it'll show you all of the things that you can craft. And not everything's unlocked straight away. So as you can see, we only have up to stone tools. That's because we haven't found any of the materials that are better than stone yet. So when we find them, we'll be able to make those. So if I put my furnace down, as you can see, it's got 1 box here, 1 box here, an arrow pointing to this box. This is the box for fuel. You'll put fuel in that, like wood or coal. I'll get onto that in a minute. And then here you'll put what you want to cook. So if we wanted to cook our mutton, we put that in here. But we need some fuel. So my tip for getting fuel early on would be to go to a tree, get yourself some logs, as I will do now, with left click pointing the cursor at the log you want to break. Okay, and then if we head back over to our house, and then what I suggest you do, you don't have to use this method. You can go and find coal, which is underground. You'll find that underground. If you take these oak logs, you can use them as a fuel. But what I recommend you do is don't cook anything yet. Put 1 log in the bottom, and then put the rest of them at the top. This will cook the logs, and the output will be over here in this box. And it will be a piece of charcoal. Charcoal is a really good early game fuel. So as you can see, this shows how much fuel you've got left in this individual piece. So every time you put a piece in, it'll consume it, and then this will slowly go down. As you can see, it lasts much, much longer than a piece of oak wood. So I recommend that's what you do for early game fuel. So as you can see, we've got this house now. We're pretty protected from anything that would want to come and kill us. If we take this charcoal, put it in here, we can save the rest of these logs for now. If your fuel runs out, it will stop cooking things, and you can go and you can put another log in the bottom to get more charcoal. So now we've got cooked mutton. If our hunger bar went down, we would need to eat that, and when it's full, you start to regain hearts of health. As you can see just below my hearts and my hunger bar, I've got a bar that's slowly filling up with green, and it says number 1. Number 1 is my level, my experience level, and this bar is my experience bar. And as you kill things or break valuable ores, things like that, I'm just going to shift left click all of the rest of the logs into here. As you break ores or kill animals or monsters or things like that, it will give you more experience points, and those are shown by little green orbs that float towards you after you kill something. They're quite small, so you might miss them, but it doesn't matter. You'll get lots of them as you play. So we are on level 1 with about a third full experience bar. There's not a lot else to do in this stage. We now have to go mining. So the most common way to do mining is just to get yourself a pickaxe and a shovel, and I'll show you how to make a shovel. You take 2 sticks, one here, one here, then 1 cobblestone at the top, and that will get you a stone shovel. Stone tools are better than wooden tools because they will last longer and break things faster. And the next level of tools we want to get is iron. Iron is a metal that you'll find underground in an ore, and an ore is just a block that contains small pieces of that metal or substance. So once you've got yourself a decent amount of stone and you've let your charcoal burn through, you want to take that out, and if you right click it, it'll half it. So now you can see we turned our 4, right click it into 2 stacks of 2. We can put the rest of that into there, and if we go to this crafting table and we put 2 sticks here and 2 charcoal here, we get 4 torches and then 4 more. So 1 stick and then 1 charcoal on top will make you 4 torches. As you can see, my game might look quite different to yours with the fancy light rays, and when I hold this torch it lights up the area. This is because I have what's called Optifine, and this is, I explained that earlier, a client-side mod which will make the lighting and the general look of the game a bit better. I'll explain that in a later date. As we go down, you can right click with a torch on a wall and it will place it and it will light up the area. This is really helpful when you're underground and there's no natural light. So if we head further down, and you're not guaranteed to find any ores quickly. It can take quite a long time. So as you can see now, it's dark down here again because we're so far from that torch. So we'll place another torch and keep mining. I recommend, until you get a bed, which I'll show you how to get in a minute, you mine at night and then get wood and other resources during the day. Need another torch. So as you can see, we haven't found any ores. Now, if you press F3 on your keyboard, which almost all keyboards will have, it'll bring up this screen. Now, this can be quite daunting if you don't know what any of it means, but the most important part that you want to look at is over here, where it says block, and then it'll have a string of numbers here. So this is your X, Y, and Z in the world. Think of it like a set of axes that shows you your position in the world. So 223 is my location on the X axis, which goes across, and then 49 is my level on the Y axis, which is up. So if you think we are 223 blocks across from the center of the world, and then 49 up, and then 157 is the Z, so that's forwards and backwards. And as you can see in the middle, it has the pair of axes, so this will just point you in which line you're on. So if I look at the blue line and then watch block at the top left, near the top left, you can see that 157 goes to 156. So that means that is the Z axis that way, that's the X axis, and up and down is the Y axis. So if we press F3, it closes that menu. We bring it up. We want to be near to Y equals 49, and every block we go down, no, not 49, 12. And every block we go down, it goes down by 1. So we've got to go quite far down. I'm not going to show all of that in this video. I'm going to go back to the surface because it's daytime. I'll turn off F3 screen. And as you can see, it's quite annoying because we hit our head as we go up and down this staircase. You might want to remove another level or even another one above that and put stairs in. And if we don't know how to craft stairs, we can go here. And if we look in this menu by clicking on the book and then scrolling along with these arrows, we can see we can make andesite stairs. Now this is a type of stone called andesite. So we can make andesite stairs, or we can make cobblestone stairs. Now we've got lots of cobblestone, so I'm going to make some of those. So now you can place these stairs. So say you wanted to have another floor in your house, you could place them here, and sometimes you place them upside down. You need to place it. So if you see there, it has the outline of the box, the block that I'm looking at. It's quite faint. If I switch to this one, you can see it on that edge. And you want to place stairs in the bottom half. So now we can get onto the second floor of our house, and we could even have another one like this. So we can now walk all the way up to the top of our house. Now we could have stuff up here, but there's nothing that I need to put up there right now. If I come in the house, I've got a lot of stuff that I don't need to carry on me. I can put the chicken in here, shift left click, but I don't need to carry feathers, wheat and saplings. Saplings you can plant to grow new trees. If we go outside, put it in our hotbar, right click on the floor, it plants that, and after a good while it'll grow into a tree. So we would like to store stuff in our house. So if we take our oak planks and we hold right click and drag it all the way around, it makes a chest, and a chest is just a storage box. I'll make a second one so I can demonstrate something in a second. If we put it down, right click, boom, we've got a chest, and if we right click on that, we can put stuff inside of it. So we could shift left click that, that and that, and then we don't need to carry them. But if this isn't big enough, you could place another chest. So say you had one here. Now we've got two chests. But if you place them side by side, it makes just one big container called a large chest. Now if you break a piece of this, if I wanted this, it doesn't give you the whole chest, it only gives you the half. So this just makes a massive container. So we can put the stuff up at the top. And as you can see, our chicken has cooked. We've got our doors and granite and andesite, which are just types of stone. There's also diorite. So, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it helpful. I've shown you how to get food, lighting, and some decent tools. You will also need a sword, but you can use this menu to find out how to craft that. In the next video, I'll pick up from here and show you mining, and then other things you can find in the world. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.